keep juicing. Okay, so you guys have heard and seen a lot about these KAKAI pumpkins, and we're juice fasting, but these KAKAI pumpkins are actually excellent for juicing. I've been using the 8000 series juicers to juice them because you don't have to peel the skin off or anything. You just cut it in strips, and I'll show you that in a second. But before we can juice the pumpkins, we have this pact with John that we have to give him back all the KAKAI seeds. So we get the pumpkins for free because he has way more than he could ever eat. And the seeds we have to give back to him, which is a shame because they are amazingly delicious. But since he's on a trip to Florida, I don't want to just put these in a jar because they'll get slimy and gross by the time he can get back to eat them. So I scoop them out with my hands. I cut the pumpkin open in half, then just use my hands to scoop them all out, put them here. And then I would take a tray from my, we have the mini dehydrator. I don't know if you guys have seen this one before, but it's just a little bitty guy. 4 trays, and the trays are teeny tiny compared to the Excalibur I'm used to using. You probably can't tell that in the camera, but these are way small. It's like little dollhouse sheets compared to the 9 tray. But so I bring this over here, put it on my nice clean countertop, and then just go ahead and scoop all the seeds onto it. Like so. It's not a big deal. See the little orange bits in there? I don't have to worry about separating those all out because we actually like to eat that. It tastes good. It gets like crispy and has a nice little pumpkin flavor. Just eat it right along with the seeds. Makes my life easier. And just spread them out nice and even. And that's all there is to it. So I carry this back over to the dehydrator, slip it in there. And yeah, this sheet is because the dehydrator, embarrassingly, we got this for free. It has a crack in it right there, but it still works. And there's my other trays already started to get going. So I just put this sheet of paper, Teflex paper, over the top to try to prevent any air from escaping. The door slides on like so. And then plug it in, and I'm going to put it just at 105 because the Excaliburs tend to run hot, so I don't want it to get over 115 for our raw pumpkin seeds. And those will be ready by tomorrow, or actually by the time I wake up in the morning. Anyway, so I was showing you the KAKAI pumpkins. Here's the remains, and I cut one already. I just used the knife like this, which I can't do on the camera because I only have one hand, but strips like this. Now the cool thing about the 8000 series, any of the juicers in the 8000 series, is you don't have to peel the skin off. When I juice pumpkin in the vert, I peel the skin off because it tends to back it up, or no, it doesn't back it up. When I juice pumpkin in the vert, like the juicer will just jam, and then you have to reverse and go forward and reverse and go forward. And the 8000 series juicers don't really do that. So when I'm doing pumpkin, because you know, a lot of the nutrition is in the skin. So basically you turn the juicer on, already assembled, and you just let the pumpkin that I've cut in appropriate size pieces feed down the feed chute through the masticating auger, and then you'll see the pulp start to come out there. So I just keep grabbing this stuff and putting it through the juicer. Easy as that. And this pumpkin juice, I mean, besides being high in nutrition and beta carotene and all the vitamins, this juice has also got a really nice flavor. Almost like summer squash-like flavor, but very mild. And if you mix this with greens and apple and cucumber, it's basically delicious. We call it almost like a filler juice because You can juice your main component flavors being apple and kale perhaps, and then this will just kind of stretch that out and make it more mild so that you have an enjoyable drink. And you can get quite a bit of juice out of these pumpkins. Not as much as carrots, I wouldn't say, because they're just not as dense. But this is definitely a good find since we got all these pumpkins for free. Waste not, want not. Okay, so it's the next morning and it's all bright and light in the kitchen, and I'm gonna show you. And I just unplugged the dehydrator to not waste energy now that the pumpkin seeds are done, and I'm gonna show you what they look like and pack them up to take them home to John. So just lift this up, slides right out, pull out my pretty pumpkin seeds, and now, if you can hear that, they're all crispy, crunchy, and delicious. And like I said, that orange flesh there that I left in there, it actually tastes so good. It's fun to just eat this thing. Like candy brittle or something, but instead it's squash brittle with no sugar, no salt, and no oil. And these are ready to go. I usually just kind of pick them up with clean hands, and I've already started a jar here, so I'm going to add them in there. But look at this. Sweet. KAKAI pumpkin seeds for making salads and dressings, and also just for eating right out of hand. There is nothing better. These are awesome. So I'm going to need to go grab another jar because of the harvest being so bountiful. But while I do that, I'm going to let the machine run a little bit longer just because I don't want any moisture to take away from the perfect crispiness that they are right now. So here's another one I can show you. This one has really good pumpkin brittle quality right here. Look at this. This is just so fun to eat. It's yummy and crunchy and sweet and fatty all at the same time. I mean, this is the best. You gotta try this. And now I'm gonna take my little jar, put my airtight lid on it, screw it tight, and head over to give John his bountiful harvest. Meanwhile, I'm gonna get to juicing pumpkins. There we go. Somebody's waiting for her juice down there. Pumpkin and squash of any kind is great for dogs. And I can mix this pulp into an animal pet's food, all different kinds of animals actually. Or I can even put a tablespoon or two of the juice straight into her dog food bowl for healthy dogs. Anyway, so now I'm going to add some cucumber and some apple. And this is a really good way to use all those millions of KAKAI pumpkins I'm sure you guys are going to start growing. So thanks for watching me piddle in my kitchen and how I store and save the pumpkin seeds.